Black and White Network fans, we are back with another video. We're going to be talking about legendary singer Smokey Robinson here in this video, one of the all-time greats. Now, guys, you may have noticed something when I actually do my videos here. When I refer to myself or other black people, I never use the term African American. And there's a good reason why, okay? For one thing, Africa is a continent, okay? Now, I was born right here in the United States of America, folks, and I am black. I am a black American. I am not an African American. I want to be clear about that. And another thing also is when people hear the term African American, they think of it as it's all black people. That's not the case, folks. If you actually look at the people in Africa, you got white Africans, you got black Africans. And actually, the black Africans aren't all the same. People don't realize that. If you look at people in Somalia, they look nothing like the people over in Nigeria. So we're talking about East and West Africa. Now, of course, the North Africans, they are definitely more of a lighter complexion. They look nothing like these sub-Saharan Africans, okay? Now, Smokey Robinson now is under fire now because he pretty much echoes what I'm saying here. He rejects being called African American. And folks, I grew up mainly in the 1980s, okay? And I believe that was around the time that the term African American was first heard. And it was actually the socialist Jesse Jackson who actually came up with that. But nobody really started using it until like the 1990s. So when I was a kid growing up, the term African American wasn't even a thing. It wasn't. We were actually called a black or Negro. So if you actually filled out any kind of paperwork asking you about your race, African American was never on that. Dr. King and Malcolm X during that time, it wasn't a thing. If you actually said African American, back in the 1960s, people would be like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Now, I actually put up a video, I believe it's a few months ago, where this Republican politician referred to Elon Musk as an African American. And he was right. Why? Because Elon Musk is from South Africa. He's also Canadian, by the way, and also he is American as well. But Elon Musk is a white guy, who owns Tesla. But the Wokesters out there are people that were not educated. They were saying he's not African American, even though he is from South Africa. He is. Me, myself, I'm black, and I like being called black. I'm proud to be black. So here we go, guys. Check this out. Black is a race. Smokey Robinson draws mixed reactions after saying he resents being called African American. Smokey Robinson's poem, A Black American, sparked a widespread discussion about racial identity following its original performance nearly 18 years ago during the season finale of Russell Simmons Presents Deaf Poetry. While the scripture aimed to educate its readers about the black experience and what black people have been called or regarded as over the years, it also sought to explain what being black meant to the now 82-year-old. Guys, I didn't realize this guy was 82 years old. He looks pretty good for his age here. But he appeared on The View, and you know how The View is, okay? During a virtual appearance on The View last month, the legendary soul singer-songwriter opened up about the poem after it was turned into an animation by a teacher trying to educate his students about the black experience during Black History Month. When asked about being Black American, what Black American means to you, the singer stunned viewers after admitting that he resented being labeled African American. Now, folks, I'm going to stop right there. You realize that we do have a Black History Month, okay? You realize it's not called African American History Month, because when Black History Month actually came out in the 1980s, African American wasn't even a term. It wasn't. Okay? Just throwing it out there. It's a comment along with others in that same vein that now has arrested the attention of social media users who are posting about it online weeks after Robinson's interview. Quote, I resent being called African American because black people have contributed so much to the development of the United States of America, the Motown icon said. I think that when you do that, you're disclaiming all the things, the contributions that black people have made to America at it. You see, I consider myself to be a black American, and I enjoy being called black, and black has been so negatized as a color down throughout history by those who want to negatize it. And so it spilled over into the black community and to the black people. And even black people back in the day calling each other black was a sign for a fight. The iconic entertainment continued. I resent being called African American because black people have contributed so much to the development of the United States of America. He added while describing what he calls the greatest gift blacks gave to America, their lives. He is right on the money with this. Right on the money. But if you want to call yourself African American, you know, that, and the reason why I don't like actually being called African American is because he's right. I'm right here in America. I have no connections to Africa outside of ethnicity. I'm American. It's just that simple. When it comes down to it at the end of the day, I'm actually American. And he's right. Black people have contributed to America. Now, the ones that were actually born here. I'm not talking about like the Nigerians that come over here, that kind of thing. Yeah, they're African Americans, but I don't even know if they would even call themselves African Americans. They would probably call themselves Nigerians or Nigerian Americans. I'm pretty sure that's the way they would actually call themselves. Okay. But he goes on here. The wonderful black American who served in the armed forces and gave their lives to in all the wars. They did not do that for Timbuktu or Cape Town or Kenya. They did that for Louisiana and Mississippi and Texas and Virginia. Okay. So that's how I feel. Robinson noted that their contributions should be recognized similar to their white peers. Robinson's philosophy is drawing mixed reactions online, including one Twitter user who wrote, quote, Smokey Robinson, and you can actually see it right here. Smokey Robinson, a man born in the 1940s, is on the internet telling people to drop the African and just call him Black American because he's never been to Africa. What's the stages of dementia? See, they're slamming him for this, you know, because if you want to refer to yourself as just black, that's not good enough. And if he doesn't want to be called African American, because it doesn't make any sense anyway, because African American is not even a race. I find that pretty dumb on census forms. You know, they put black or African American. So if you're Elon Musk, you can check the box, black or African American, because he is from Africa. See, it doesn't make any sense. They really do need to change that. Okay, they really, really do. Another person here says, I knew Smokey Robinson was an idiot after he threw us under the bus for Jennifer Lopez, but this latest stunt takes the cake. As I said mere days ago, the fact that black is a race and African American is an ethnicity really whoops y'all's asses. Well, African American is not even an ethnicity. It's not. I mean, if you want to get into ethnicities, then you'll go into like Nigerians, Somalians, Egyptians, that kind of thing. That's more ethnicities as well as, you know, like nationalities right there. African American is not an ethnicity. Okay. If you look at the people in South Africa, the white people, they're not the same as the West Africans. Okay. Just not. This is ridiculous, man. But what do you guys think of this? What do you guys think of these people throwing Smokey Robinson under the bus because he does not want to be called an African American? If you're black, do you actually prefer to be called African American, or do you like to be referred to as black? I prefer black. That's just me. But if you want to call yourself African American, go right ahead. I believe the term has been misused. I don't think that's the correct terminology whatsoever. I'm an American. I contributed to America and not Africa. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to Black and White Network, and we'll catch you next time.